So, we love Silicon Valley Math Initiative. Can you share with us benefits of SVMI and how SVMI is improving mathematics instruction and student learning?
Well, absolutely. It's so easy to talk about SVMI. So SVMI has been around since 1996. So we're going to be starting our 25th year. Uh, our goal has always been to improve student learning. Our mission is through the idea of supporting teachers and shifting practices to be more effective in the classroom. Increased student learning will occur. And we support that kind of work with both professional learning services and with curriculum and assessment resources. And so basically you can think about those two bins. The professional learning services run from year-round professional development, summer institutes, support to get with outside professional development throughout the year. But we know we're not really effective unless we can actually affect change within a classroom. So we have been champions early on in supporting math coaching through whether it's TOSA or or some other mentor where we are able to actually get into a teacher's classroom and support them in the shifts of practice. Another way that we have done it is through variations of lesson study. We were the very first to bring Japanese educators to the United States on the West Coast and learn about lesson study. And we have adopted a formal lesson study process and various versions of what I will call sort of a lesson study light, which we oftentimes is called peer collaboration, where teachers are going into each other's rooms, observing how students are thinking and working, and then having discussions and modifications of lessons to make learning more effective. And the focus of these are less on the teacher moves and more on what the students are doing in the classroom. We want to be, when we go in to observe, we're not focused on the teacher, we're focused on students. And the proof is in the pudding, right? If kids are learning and reacting from what's happening in the lesson, then you know that it's effective. If in fact students are struggling, less engaged, then we sort of back into ideas with teachers about how the lesson and how certain strategies might be more effective. It's a very formative assessment approach because basically you're eliciting the thinking of the students and adjusting instruction to meet their learning needs and move learning forward. We also on the resource side have created additional tools. We don't create a curriculum like you would see in illustrious mathematics or the math assessment. I mean the math like an M project or something like that. We have brought in other curricular tools. One of them is we are huge champions of problem solving and modeling with mathematics. So we have a whole series of what we call problems of the month that teachers can use and adapt and bring in to augment instruction during the year. And these are tailored for K through 12 students, the problems of the month. We also are very supportive of formative assessment, as I talked before. So we had partnered with the Shell Center in Nottingham, England, and developed the formative assessment lessons, these classroom challenges that were funded by the Gates Foundation that underwrote the cost, that provided these 2 and 3 day lessons to help teachers do formative assessment, which occur about 3/4 of the way through a school year. And then we have created more of those for K-5 since the project that was funded by Gates was just the secondary one. And finally, what we're best known for are our performance assessments. which we initially contracted with uh, the Shell Center at Nottingham, England, to develop what's called Mars tests. That was the Math Assessment Resource Service. And we have been giving that annual test and making those since 1999. And these tests, kids have to show their work, explain their thinking, justify answers, create generalizations, and they need to be hand scored. And in that way, teachers are really looking at student thinking and student work. So that's a large mouthful of things that we do, but we try to be a total support for teachers as they shift instruction.
And with that support, is there's a membership. So you get to be a member of SVMI. Are there free services that go with that, or just membership services?
Yeah, so a number of our problems of the month, all the formative assessment lessons, and a number of our Mars tasks are on open websites. We're in partner with the Dana Center at the University of Texas at Austin, who created a website called www.insidemathematics.org, and our curriculum materials are widely available for free on that site. But the full use of our materials are through our membership program. Schools, districts, charter schools uh, can join SVMI with an annual membership, and they have access to all the curricular tools and have access to all the professional learning operations. This last year, if your district paid a membership, you had access to the virtual Summer Institute, and then we have follow-up meetings throughout the year. We also have a series called Principal as Instructional Leaders, where we have leading speakers in the world of mathematics come and talk. We have uh, uh, about every 6 weeks, we have what we call a math network meeting. These are for math coaches, TOSAs, district leaders, administrators to come and join in a network to support as leaders the work of changing math education in our districts. And then, of course, they have access to all the curricular tools that we just enumerated. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, thank you. All right.